that's the whole, we're trying to get as many callers in. Madhav Rao is calling us from Bangalore. Mr. Madhav Rao, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, good evening to all the panelists also.
Hmm.
I have only a very simple point. I don't want to use any technical jargon. I want to make it very, very simple here. Okay. See, Bangalore, yes, we have seen there are a lot of problems regarding flooding, and same thing we are seeing elsewhere also. See, it is very simple. When we are hungry, what we will do? We will not really do anything. We just go out and out to get our food. It is very simple. So, when there is any problem, it should not be so difficult to solve the problem. It is only the question of really showing that intent and seriousness to solve the problem. In a legislature or a parliament, if they want to really get their wages increase, okay, either the MPs or the MLAs here,
Yeah.
what they do, they take 10-15 minutes actually to get that bill passed.
Okay.
Whether it is pension or wages, whatever it is. Such a serious problem. If they really want to solve it, it's not difficult at all. Once they decide, automatically all the technical points will come.
All right.
There are
Okay.
such eminent people are there, intelligent people are there. It should not be difficult at all.
All right, Mr. Madhav Rao, thank you for your call. Kushal is calling us from Delhi. Kushal.
Yeah, good evening to all the panelists and everybody here.
Yes.
This is an annual problem or happening for last 70 years. Maybe it was less earlier and more because of uncontrolled constructions and all these things.
Mm-hmm.
Narrow lanes, by lanes, city developing to more than their magnitude. Whatever is being done is under the government eyes and their ears, but nothing is being done to control anything. Every year we spend so much of money, and where it goes finally in which drain, nobody knows.
All right. Okay,
So-
Kushal, thank you for your call. Let me get a couple more callers in. Undi Nair is calling us from Gurugram. Yes, Mr. Nair.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Zaka, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm calling you from Gurgaon, Sector 57.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is something which we had been, debating every year, and this has been going on in Gurgaon for the last 3-4 years. No, but nothing is coming out of this. Now, I also feel that as taxpayers, we all are responsible for this. We are not raising our voice against this as a community. And that's primarily the reason that, this is going on for year after year, and we are suffering year after year.
Okay, thanks, Undi, for your call. Can I ask Dilip to respond to that? I mean, there's a view, a large section of people are saying that, it can't just be the politicians, it can't just be the government. How much can government do? Do you subscribe to that view?
I don't. Most of what is needed at this point of time is actually large-scale intervention, not in the hands of even RWAs. So you really need to, as one of the panelists has said, think in terms of redesigning a lot of things.
Okay.
How roads are constructed, what stormwater drains can do, how can you ensure, for example, that much greater levels of water harvesting can be encouraged. These require very simple but large-scale governmental interventions.
All right.
A tax break to road constructors who actually do this, whatever it is. So I think that it's very generous to say we must all be responsible, but there's pretty little that individuals can do when it rains and pours like this.
I think,
Governments have
as
to-
individuals, as, companies, private establishments, we pay our taxes. It's not our job to go build roads or drains. It's the job of the government. It's the job of the contractors to do that. It's the job of the government to ensure that contractors build those drains. It's the job of the municipality to ensure those drains are cleared out before the monsoon season. Anyway, I've got Brijesh, who's also calling us from Delhi. He'll be our final caller. Yeah, Brijesh, quickly, please, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, Jaka. I have just heard all these panelists. These people have pointed out so many things and all. At the same time, what we have learned from the Lutyens Delhi, the Britishers 75 to 80 years back, which they have built up the system in New Delhi area.
Correct.
We should learn from them. Okay, fine, how the drainage should be made in the city so that there should be no waterlogging and other things. We
All
have
right.
made
Thank you
so
for your
many-
call, Brijesh. Let me quickly ask Dikshu Kukreja that. This is something that Delhiites always ask. How come Lutyens Delhi never floods? I mean, it's 100 years old, whereas Gurugram, which is 20 years old, is all flooded. All right, I think we've lost Dikshu. Mr. Ramchandran, you want to respond to that?
See, New Delhi is a different type of area where we all know that the construction is not to that extent as it happens in normal other cities. It's much more spread out, and it had originally been planned. So there is a flow of water. Of course, we are building new structures which may come in the way. That has to be watched. So it's an old planned part of the city as far as New Delhi is concerned, and there it is much more open. The roads are wider. All these are
No, so net,
things which
what
need
he's
to be
saying is we
noted.
used to plan our cities better 100 years ago than we are planning 20 years ago.
There is a big failure as far as this entire process is concerned. It's not one single person. The local body itself has a certain responsibility.
Okay,
So
we'll
when
leave
we
it at
talked
that.
about drains,
I'm afraid, you know, I don't know if this will cut ice with the new folks, the new generation that's paying taxes, whether it's in the IT corridor in Bengaluru, whether it's in the cyber cities of Gurgaon. Why should they have to bear the brunt of bad urban planning? And it's a story year after year. Thanks very much for your time. Mario joining you in a moment.
Hello everyone, you're watching News Epicenter with me, Maria Shakil. We are starting with some piece of breaking news that is coming in now. In what clearly is a shocking incident that after a 19-year-old girl named Ankita went missing in Rishikesh, 3 suspects have been taken into custody, including Pulkit Arya, the son of former Uttarakhand Minister Vinod Arya. Ankita was working as a receptionist at a private resort owned by Pulkit Arya, and the accused has now confessed to having pushed her into a canal after there was a dispute over something. The accused say she drowned. Police have not recovered the body so far. The search operation is currently underway. Ankita's family has demanded swift action against the accused. Locals even vandalized the resort owned by the main accused, where Ankita Bhandari was working.
ये बहुत दुखद घटना है, बहुत जघन्य अपराध है और पुलिस अपना काम कर रही है। गिरफ्तारियों को लेकर पुलिस ने आगे सारे काम किए हैं और ऐसी जो जघन्य घटनाएं हैं उस पर जितनी कठोर कार्रवाई हो सकती है उस पर कठोर से कठोर कार्रवाई होगी। अपराधी चाहे कोई भी हो, किसी भी सीमा तक जाकर हम इसको पूरी तरह से जो न्याय है उसके सिद्धांत पर चलते हुए अपना काम करेंगे, पुलिस अपना काम करेगी।
मामला जो है जिलाधिकारी द्वारा हमारी पुलिस को स्थानांतरित किया गया लक्ष्मण झूला को। 24 घंटे के अंदर ही हमने इसे वर्कआउट कर दिया है और ये जो रिसोर्ट का मालिक है यही इसमें अक्यूज निकला। तो मालिक पुलकित सहित तीनों अक्यूज लोगों को गिरफ्तार कर लिया है। यद्यपि इसमें बाकी कार्रवाई बाकी है और जल्दी वो करा करके भी हम इसको लोगों के सामने रखेंगे।
इन्वेस्टिगेशन फ्रॉम अनुपम त्रिवेदी इज जॉइनिंग मी ऑन द फोन लाइन। अनुपम, क्या इन्वेस्टिगेशन में अपडेट है और क्या मोटिव बताया जा रहा है इस मर्डर के खिलाफ? क्या मोटिव है?
Maria, police are looking into various angles into the case, and the primary one is the girl. The police says the girl was friend with a employee of the resort, and this was perhaps the reason. This was perhaps the bone of contention between the staff and the owners. And somehow they, on 18th September, the night of 18th September, they asked the girl to go with them, and they accompanied them to Ganga River, near the Ganga River, and they murdered her, and they just drowned her body in the Ganga Canal. So the police are searching. The divers have been pressed into services to search the body of the girl. And because this incident is something very unusual in the hilly areas, and in that particular belt where this resort is located, near the Rishikesh Ganga banks, there are several resorts, and there are many local girls and boys that work over there. So the locals are very apprehensive about the security of their wards. Therefore, there has been agitation is going on, and they have been demanding the state government to raise that resort. And just to add that one of the main accused, as the DGP was telling Pulkit Arya, is the son of one of the BJP leaders, Vinod Arya. His father is the national executive member with the SC son of the BJP. So he's a political angle also in this case, Maria.
Yes, I want to understand that political angle from you, Anupam Trivedi, because the main accused in this case is son of a Uttarakhand minister, Vinod Arya. Is there some kind of cover up? This is what is being said largely by those on ground, that the government may be trying to go slow because he is son of a powerful minister.
Maria is not a minister. His father is not a minister in the present government, but he enjoyed a position which is equivalent to a minister during the Triveni Singh Rawat government. So there have been allegations that police first didn't cooperate in this case. After this widespread kind of a protest and the pressure from the netizens, the police acted. And just to add that there's a two kind of dual policing system in the hills. There's one Patwari system and the other is the regular police system. So in the first 2 days, on the 20th, the complaint was filed with the Patwari, but he didn't act it. So on 22nd, yesterday, the case was shifted to the police, and they finally interrogated 3 of the accused in the case, including one that Pulkit Arya, who is the owner. So after the detention, they have accepted their crime, and therefore the other proceedings were taken. But this is true to a certain extent, as what netizens are accused, that in the initial 2 or 3 days, the local authorities did not act it. So that Patwari has been suspended by the DM just a couple of minutes back, Maria.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me, Anupam Trivedi, on the top of the show and giving us the latest in that investigation that is happening in the killing. And clearly, it's a case of murder of Ankita. Shifting focus now to our top political story, the Karnataka poster war, which is escalating ahead of the state elections.
This is a campaign by the Congress party against this 40% corruption government.
They have not given a iota of even small document or proof. It's all politically motivated, malicious things, and ultimately I have challenged them to come out with the proofs. We will certainly inquire.
This is not 40%, now it is 100% percentage government after this BMS incident.
We welcome them. We welcome, let them show the proof, but we are with the proof.
Karnataka Congress Chief D.K. Shivkumar along with former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah have upped the ante. They were both seen together in Bengaluru putting up PAYCM posters. Siddaramaiah said the Congress campaign will continue against what he called is the 40% commission government, citing the letter written by the Chief of the State Contractors Association to the Prime Minister, alleging a 40% commission rule in the state. The BJP has challenged the Congress to produce evidence of corruption, even alleging that the Chief Minister is being targeted because he is from the Lingayat community. The BJP hit back at the Congress with its own PAYCM campaign, calling it the Pay to Congress Madam Racket, referring to Sonia Gandhi. Karnataka Congress Chief D.K. Shivkumar, who is under the scanner of the Enforcement Directorate, has also challenged the BJP to produce slam-dunk evidence against his party. The war of words is far from over ahead of the state elections. In this storm of corruption charges, the big question is, which party has been cornered? Whose election fortune is actually dipping? We will be joined by the poster boy of the Congress party in just a bit. Remember, he has put out a tweet saying that he did not even know that his face is being used on the posters of the Congress party and in this entire campaign. Vijay Prasad, spokesperson of the Karnataka BJP, is joining me live. Bhavya is spokesperson of Karnataka Congress. We also have B.S. Arun, senior journalist. I'm going to begin with you. Vijay Prasad, is the PAYCM campaign hurting the BJP?
Hey, thanks, Maria. I would like to say a couple of things here. The diabolical mindset of Congress is out in the open. When you have an organization bereft of leaders, dearth for ideas, surrounded by sycophants, and managed by immature paid contract workers, this is what happens. Garbage in, garbage out. The fact of the matter is, Congress is not new to this naming and shaming when the election time nears.
Okay, Vijay Prasad ji,
We have seen in the past.
while you
when
make
you
that
cannot
argument
fight
and make
based
it
on-
about political, how do we forget that Karnataka State Contractors Association President D. K. Panna wrote a letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi talking about 40% commission to the state officials.
Yeah.
You
see,
have
it's
you
true,
have
it's true
in
that-
April 2022, civil contractor Santosh Patil was found dead, and it was all linked to there were allegations that officials demanded 40% commission and blamed senior BJP leader K.S. Ishwarappa for causing his death.
So far in all across state, more than 400 persons have been put under preventive